Hey, Tara here, coming to you live from my lovely dining room table. Today I'm using it as a workspace, and I just kind of want to let you guys know that I am doing some changes, and hopefully I'm hoping to create a really awesome workspace in our downstairs, so that way when we go live we have something fun that we can do, and I'll have some like materials that we can write with, and we can get a little bit more creative than just sitting here, at the dining room table or in my kitchen. Or in my car for the days that I'm really busy being mom and doing carpool. And what mom doesn't wear like 50 different hats, or sometimes 100, I feel like, right? Who's with me? I know a lot of moms in that category. Anyway, but I didn't want to take a whole lot of time, but something was near and dear to my heart. And I know that sometimes we just need those little reminders. And I don't know, I was talking to a girlfriend of mine today, and we were both feeling like we woke up kind of off, and we're like, what's going on? And what am I really just doing this routine, or why am I doing all of these things, and what for? And this can especially happen when we face situations where we see the end result, we see a goal that we have, we see something that we want to accomplish, that we want to achieve, that we want to do, and we start taking the steps towards it, and we're not necessarily seeing the fruit come alive yet. And I didn't want to take too much time. I wanted to keep this short and sweet. But the thing is that we've got to be mindful and careful about where we came from. And what I want to encourage you guys with, if you haven't done it already, is to start a little journal and start writing down daily just 3 simple small things that you're really thankful for that occurred and that happened. Because what this is going to start doing, if you are consistent with it and you do it daily, you're going to get to a place where your mindset is winning. It's exciting. It's anticipation, like you're looking forward to what went well in your day. And it feeds your confidence, and it feeds your belief that you're making some progress towards some things, and look how far that you came to where you're going now. And a lot of times the reason that things don't seem like they're moving forward and that you're moving backward, or maybe you feel complacent and stagnant, is you need a game plan. It's not good enough to say, oh, okay, I want XYZ to happen by this date. Well, that's a good start. But you have to be dynamic. You have to be specific about what your vision is and where you're going with your life. It's not good to say, I want to reach this goal. You have to set some steps into action. So that's the next step. Once you write 3 things down that you're grateful for, because you have to get your mindset in the right place first. Okay, you have to deal with that first, and then start writing down where you want to go. So if your focus is going to be, let's say, your business, or maybe your focus is going to be on your children, and maybe you feel like you need to spend more quality time with them. So what could you be doing to spend more quality time with your kids? Well, you're going to block. First of all, you might want to look at your calendar and say, okay, where can I create space to spend more time with my kids? And if I were to spend more time with my kids, what action steps would I take? Like, what would I want to do with them? What are activities they enjoy doing? If it's business, maybe you want to write down, okay, what do I want to achieve? And then next, you're going to look at that little step further. Okay, well, what action steps do I need to take? And you pick a day or 2, or maybe you pick out a chunk of time daily. So maybe it's no more than half an hour, but in that half an hour, you spend that creative time actually writing down what you want to accomplish. So, maybe it's, I want to make a few more phone calls. I want to get that sample out in the mail today. Or maybe it's, I want to spend time connecting with 1 or 2 people I haven't talked with in a while, and I want to take those steps in reconnecting with them and let them know that I care about them, because you want to keep the relationship in the forefront of anything that you do. This could be applied to any area. This could be applied to finances. This could be applied to personal development, to family time, to relationship time with your spouse or your partner, with your kids. It's all centered around relationship. And when you make time for those action steps, then you look at your calendar again and say, okay, if I block this window out, what does this look like? And you could still have some spontaneity. Maybe one day you just randomly go out and spend time with your kids. But in order for your dreams to really start coming true and your time to start coming together, you've got to really enjoy the process and where you're at in the moment. Okay, so if you can't be thankful for writing the 3 things down, or thankful for the extra time that you're spending connecting with loved ones or people that you care about, or even having alone time, and maybe it's that I just need some space, and if I were to do something that I loved, what would that look like? If I took care of me, how would I feel? And you start writing these things out, and you start journaling them or writing down ideas. It doesn't have to be something that you journal like paragraphs. It could just be ideas that you have or action steps that you want to take towards those thoughts, you know, whatever that looks like. Because the more you do that and you see the reward, it's like, if I do this, then I see that I feel rejuvenated, I feel restored, I feel refreshed, you know, I feel better about myself, you know, I feel more confident, I have a greater belief. Then when you start setting the roadmap to those bigger goals that you have, you know, let's say you want to take a vacation, or let's say that you want to come home and you want to be done with your job. So the idea is that you start small with your day-to-days, because when you start small, okay, you can increase your dream, you can increase your vision over time, but you have to start and believe within yourself that you can achieve the small things first. And from there, the bigger things will start to begin to manifest and to take place. And then you'll start to see like, oh, I can increase the goal. I can increase the dream that I have. You know, you don't want to ever get to a spot where you're like, okay, I'm doing these day-to-day tasks, but I feel like I'm getting nowhere. So then you start to be negative and you start to complain and murmur. Well, then you stay stuck and you don't ever advance. But if you're constantly taking steps towards small goals that you have and you increase those over time, you'll start to see goals that you thought were impossible, that you can achieve them with some careful planning and action steps. And you don't want to be in a spot that you limit yourself, or you limit how good God is in your life and what he wants and purposes for your life and what he wants to achieve with that. You know, you don't want to get to a spot where you're like, well, that sounds great, but I never feel like I can believe in myself enough to go after that goal or that dream. And the truth is, yes, you can. With some careful planning and some action steps in place, you can start a foundation and framework for increasing your mindset, increasing your heart, and going after that vision that you have in mind. But start small and work your way up. Start with the small things, be entrusted with little things first, and then you will be entrusted with so much more, guaranteed. So start small, obtain those action steps, write them down, look at what you're thankful for every day. And from time to time, you guys, don't be afraid to go back and see the progress that you made, where you were to where you are now, because that will continue to build your belief over time, and it will encourage you to have bigger goals and action steps. Don't ever stop challenging yourself or not creating bigger and better things for yourself, because you have so much purpose for your life. The fact that you're here and you keep going and you have a dream, don't just sit on that. Start taking some action steps, write them down. Even if you can't do everything now, look at what you can do now. Build off of that. Let that be the framework and the foundation for where you start to go. And from there, as you're able, add steps in, and just keep doing this until you get to that desired place and that desired goal. If you have questions or feedback for me or want to communicate, I'm going to actually leave my contact information in the comment section. I'm also going to be leaving a link to my VIP list for us to stay connected. Lots of really good things going on. I'm adding some groups. I'm doing some different stuff. And I want you to be a part of the content and the information that I'm providing and sharing with you on a daily and weekly basis. So I want you to be able to stay tuned. And the best way to do that is to fill out my VIP form. So if you haven't already or you're new to it, definitely sign up, check it out. I'll be getting some content to you, not just by Facebook Live or social media, but also by email. So it's just another form and a way for us to stay connected and grow together. And so what you'll need to do when you see that VIP list link, click on it and fill out your name and your email address, and then click on the subscribe button, and that'll allow you to stay connected with me. Also, if you're curious about what I do business-wise or want to learn more about me, you can feel free to do that. All you need to do is click on the business link. It'll be in the comment section as well. And then watch the video and fill out the form. And I'll be in touch with you that way as well. All right, let's go ahead and reconnect tomorrow. I'm going to aim for about 12:30 tomorrow. So I'll look forward to seeing some of you then. Until then, that'll be 12:30 p.m., by the way, Eastern Standard Time in the afternoon. So if you can make it, great, join us. We'd love to have you. Have a great rest of your day. Take care and bye for now.